here we are. It's cup final o'clock. That can only mean one thing. So without any further ado, let's do this. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 8, the final episode of Season 3 of Let's Go Parma. I'm Stubo. Thank you very much for joining me in today's episode, which, as you can probably tell from the suit, is a cup final. If you have not watched at this point, please go back and watch the rest of the season. I will pop a little thing up in one of the corners here to direct you to the playlist for the rest of the season. If you haven't watched any of it, please go and give it a watch, because we are in a cup final. It's the Coppa Italia final, and we are playing Inter, and then after that we will have the final game of the season against Cagliari, where we still technically in the title race. I don't think we're going to win the title somehow, but we are still technically in the title race. The main thing for us is seeing how high we can actually finish. We're currently in third, as you can see from the table. But if all of that sounds like a good plan to you, please do leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well for more future lovely Football Manager content. Since you were last with me, we haven't played a lot of games, but we have played a few. Last time out, it was the Coppa Italia semi-final second leg against AC Milan, which we won. We then went and battered Roma. This was a ridiculous performance. We absolutely destroyed them. Esposito with a couple of goals. Karabek getting back on the score sheet, which was lovely to see. And Dennis Mann getting a goal as well. We then struggled against AC Milan in the league, but we didn't lose. That was the main thing. And we actually gained... Well, we stopped them from building more of a gap up at the top of the table. We then faced Genoa, beat them 3-0. Totino getting in on the scoring as well, which was nice to see. Another goal for Karabek, another goal for Esposito. And then Totino and Dennis Mann giving us a win against Torino. But none of that matters, because we are here for the big one. It's Parma versus Inter in the Coppa Italia final. I do not know how this is going to go. I think we have got everything about us to be able to win a tournament. But it's just what happens on the day, and I genuinely don't know. But this is going to be the 11 that we're hoping can bring the gold home. It is Dragowski in goal, Cambiasso, Valenti, Thiat and Valeri in defence, Monchu and Cataldi in midfield, with Mann, Karabek and Totino supporting Esposito up front. Couple of things with the squad. Sciazzarella is injured. He's currently... I wouldn't normally have him on injections. He's been injected twice now. But because he's retiring, I want to get as much game time out of him as possible. Because to be perfectly honest with you, he's been pretty solid for us recently. We have played him in a number of games, either starting or coming from the bench. And if we have a look, the ratings aren't bad. He's consistently around that 6.7, 6.8 and upwards. I mean, that game against Fiorentina, he was pretty sensational. Got one assist here. He's not been scoring or anything like that. I would love to get him a penalty so he can take it. And just get him a goal just to finish his career off. But he has been pretty good since he's come back into the team. And this little knock towards the end of his season, towards the end of his final season, has really annoyed me a little bit. But it's good to see that he's actually been playing well, even though he's looking to retire. I mean, he's how old? He's like 37, 38, something like that. It was 36. Sorry, Pascal. But again, at the end of the season, he will be joining the coaching staff. There is no turning back now. He is going to be a coach. This is his final season. Also, injury. Martin Ribe's still out with his damaged spine, which I've just finished the first aid course, so I know how to treat that. I say treat that. I'm not a doctor. The Junior Sambia has got a suspension, so he is out of this match, which is why Cambiasso is starting a right back. It was him or Zappa, and Zappa has been okay, but he's not played well recently. Whereas Cambiasso has, and so has Valeri, so it made sense to put those two in. Other than that, we're not really gambling on anyone. Maybe Cataldi, maybe we could start Sciazzarella, but with the injury, I'd rather have the more mobile, more fitter Cataldi in there, just to make sure we're not taking any risks on having to make a late substitution. What I'd love to do is bring Sciazzarella on, because he is, I think, still our club captain. He is our club captain. Sciazzarella comes on if we win the game. We'll make sure he's on the pitch, because he will be lifting the trophy for us. There is no two ways about that. In fact, while we're here, let's just make sure that Sciazzarella, I know he's not a very good penalty taker, he is going to be our penalty taker for this game. But with all of that said, let's get to the Coppa Italia final, the first cup final of this save against Inter Milan. Let's go. I think it's safe to say we're the underdogs in this one. But we've been the underdogs since we got to Serie A, and we have performed week in and week out at a high level. I mean, that is a ridiculous team to come up against, if we're being completely honest with you. That defensive partnership of De Vrij and Skriniar should be very hard to break down. But we have it in us to do it. I believe in us. I know we have the ability to get past them and score goals. It's unlikely, but it is possible, and that's what we have to remember. And we have obviously started off quite positively because we had the first shot of the game. The hope is that we can convert opportunities and we can get the ball in the back of the net. They've got Timo Horn in goal as well, who's not necessarily the best goalkeeper for a team at this level, but, I mean, he's obviously done all right for them because they are doing okay in the league. Right, Monchi gets it, looking for Esposito, and Sebastiano Esposito, who, remember, is on loan from Inter Milan, gets it nearly towards the goal, just over the bar, maybe just scraping the bar as it goes past. Great early opportunity for us. We are doing very, very well. We'll encourage the boys a little bit because we are looking like the better side here at the moment. But Inter Milan could turn things on at any moment. And we're coming out of the goal again. Oh, I mean, they're being a bit lackadaisical at the moment, but it's working for them a little bit. Passing the ball around, very narrow in that midfield. But we have bullied Lautaro Martinez off the ball. And, oh, Dennis Mann had a great ball for Esposito there, but just couldn't quite thread it through. Coutinho now to Hector Bellerin. Former Liverpool to former Arsenal. Back to former Liverpool. Lautaro Martinez now. Gets it into Bellerin. Bellerin going to try and whip the ball in. Can we defend it? We're going to try and get the ball off him. No. Barella. Coutinho. Whipped in. And Thiat manages to clear it. Not starting Greenwald today because of the trait he has, which is that he doesn't enjoy big matches. So we've taken a bit of a gamble and started Valencia and Thiat. Oh, Valeri's given away a penalty. Valeri's gone and given away a penalty. The pressure has got to him. I think the question will be, was it in the box? And I think it was. It is. It is. We've given away a silly penalty. Can Dragowski make himself a hero in this cup final? It's Martinez to take. He steps up. And Dragowski makes the save. I didn't like that pass back to the goalkeeper. But Dragowski makes the save. And wow. I did not expect that. I thought that was guaranteed 1-0 to Inter. And now we have an opportunity to get back into this game. Big ball over the top from Monchi. Doesn't really work. But Dennis Mann's got it now. We are leading a counter-attack here. Esposito's got to be offside. It doesn't matter if he hits the post anyway, but it is offside. What an opportunity that was from Sebastiano Esposito. The pass. Dennis Mann just waited a bit too long for the pass. Esposito couldn't hold the run. He missed the chance anyway, so it didn't really matter. But somehow it is 0-0 at half-time. I say somehow because of the amount of chances we have had and the penalty that they have had. What an insane first half of football. We'll say that one. We'll say that one. I'm not going to say we bossed the midfield because we haven't. But I am going to say you've not been good enough in front of goal. Right, is there anything that we can do? Okay, Mihail's come off to Tino. Tino wasn't having a very good game. We've also changed some of our tactics a little bit. Only thing we've really done is we put early crosses on and we've moved our forward line of engagement up a little bit just to try and press them a little bit. We're also going to trigger the press a little bit more as well. But beyond that, we're leaving things as they are. And we are going to go into this second half and hopefully carry on as we were. I've not gone to attacking yet. We probably could with the way that we've played, but we want to kind of stay as we are at the moment. We want to keep ourselves as compact as possible. And I feel like going attacking will just open ourselves up a little bit. And Thiat just heads wide. It's a great opportunity for us again. What I'm worried is we're having all of these great opportunities in this cup final. And if we don't convert them eventually, at some point we're going to regret missing all of them. What I'm hoping is that doesn't happen. Right, Valencia now gets the ball to Thiat. Thiat looking to get the ball out wide to Valeri. Valeri, we've also told not to tackle us hard. We've asked him to ease off the tackles a little bit just in case. But that's a lovely ball. And Mihaila now, the substitute, trying to get it into Esposito. Can't quite get there. No, he does. Esposito keeps it in. Into Dennis Mann. Dennis Mann is there. It's 1-0. It's 1-0. Well, Don't know why Hector Bellerin's yellow card had to come up instead, but we are 1-0 ahead against Inter Milan in the Coppa Italia final. Esposito somehow outsprints the defender. I think it's Skriniar there. It's a horrible mistake from Gossens, and Dennis Mann has put it in the back of the net. It is 1-0 to Parma in the final. And all of a sudden, that trophy might be coming home. Wow. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, we are going to go narrow because they're playing with two inverted wingers. We are going to go narrow just to make sure that they're staying out wide. Got a couple of nervous boys. We can't have that. One of them's Mihailo, who we brought on. I want to make a substitution. I don't know who to bring on, though. I don't know who to take off either. I mean, one of the tired boys is the ones that I'm looking at, but I don't really know who the best one would be. It's got to be one of the players who's pleased, or at least composed. I'm not 100% sure who to do it with. Cataldi's not had a good game, but I want to focus on fitness first. I want to make sure that we're not overexposed. The attack I'm not that bothered about. Defensively is where I have the concern. So we're going to bring Cambiasso to left back, and Zappa's going to come on just for some fresh legs. But he is apprehensive. That's the problem. He is apprehensive. Anyone else can bring on a right back? I mean, Grimal. I don't really want to bring Grimal on, if I'm being honest with you. I don't really. I mean, we'll carry on with the change. We'll see if we can have a chat with him just to change things. So let's just outstretched arms. No, pump the fists. It didn't really work, but we're going to do it anyway. Get some fresh legs out on there, and we'll just see whether that change can help. Right, it's whipped in. We clear it. Cataldi now has an option to lead a counter attack. He's got players with him. If he looks up, Cambiasso now. Cambiasso has got options. Look at the space out here. It's Dennis Mann again. And Dennis Mann has scored a second. Dennis Mann scores a second. We are 2-0 ahead in the 74th minute. And all of a sudden, we might just be winning our first trophy as the Parma boss. I know we won Serie B. Our first big boy trophy as the Parma boss. Wow. Oh my word, it could be happening. Right, final substitution. We know what that substitution is going to be. Well, we know who's coming on. It's who's coming off. I think we might give Monchi a bit of a rest. He's had a good game. Yeah, I mean, we could bring Cataldi off, to be fair. He's not had a great game. I tell you what, we're going to bring Karabek off, and we're going to put Sciarrella on. And Monchi's going to be the man in the middle. We're going to keep Cataldi on. He's going to drop back to being a attacking midfielder on support, so he can help out this midfield three a little bit. We'll do that. Sciarrella, the captain, is coming on for the final 10 minutes in his final season to hopefully lift his first trophy, other than the obvious one that at the beginning of the Serie B, his first big boy trophy in his final season at the club. Right, Inter Milan looking to get on the attack here. Coutinho, Maxi Gomez hits the crossbar. It could have been 2-1 there. We could have had a nervy final few minutes. We have praised the boys because they deserve praise for this performance. And ladies and gentlemen, we have won our first proper trophy of the save. I've got a feeling that's Danilo Cataldi who's going to be lifting the trophy. I did bring on Sciarrella so he could lift it, but he's on the pitch anyway for his final save. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Coppa Italia winners are Parma. We've done it. We've actually gone and done it. We've beaten Inter in the final. Coppa Italia winners of whatever year this is. It's 2024, I think, in the third season. So, yeah. Wonderful. Number 16 just did a cartwheel. I don't know who it was. We have won our first proper top flight trophy. And we did it in some style as well. We utterly battered them. They got really unlucky with that penalty miss. Dragowski with a great big boy save. And Dennis Mann leads us to glory in Rome. That'll do. That will do. What a performance from most of the lads. Tino's the only one who's been playing well recently as well, but he's the only one who really had a poor performance. Wow. Wow, what a game. What an absolute game. Just for confirmation, we have won the Coppa Italia. That is glorious. Who won it last season? Who's that? Is that... I don't know who that is. AC Milan. That's got to be AC Milan, hasn't it? Anyway, that doesn't matter because we've won a trophy. Yay! And look at this. Fans are happy. The board's happy. Man's happy. Sciattarella's dead. So that's it. Sciattarella's done for now. Sciattarella is done. He is out for the rest of the season. That is his career done. But he finished his career winning a trophy. That is the main thing. Right, I'm going to get out of this ridiculous suit. I'm not actually wearing a full suit, I'll be honest with you. I'm currently wearing tracksuit bottoms with a Batman design on. You're not going to see them. You just have to use your imagination. Anyway, I'm going to get out of this ridiculous top half of the suit, and we'll do that final game of the season. And one quick change later, and a thumping against Napoli, including a couple of absolute worldies from some of our players. In fact, what worldies were they? I'm trying to remember what the goals were, because I want to show you a couple of them, because they were absolutely fantastic. I think the first one was this one, Sarui's second. We were incredible in this game. Sarui's first goal came just as I was thinking of subbing him off as well. He was really having a bad game. Then he scored his first, and then he scored this, which was just, if it's the one I'm thinking of, was incredible. Fagioli gets it all the way across. No, it wasn't this one, actually. That one wasn't the goal. What was it? It was the first one, I think. It was a lovely curling effort. I think that's what made it all the more impressive. He was looking like he was going to get subbed off, and then he goes and does this. Boom! Look at that for a goal. And that wasn't even the most impressive thing. The most impressive one was from Danilo Cataldi. Very similar goal, and it comes from Sarui here. Does some fine work on this left-hand side. Cuts it back. Ball comes to Cataldi. Boom! What a goal that is. Napoli put to the sword, 5-1. That was a lovely, lovely game, and that leaves us in third. I think we're finishing third. We are finishing third because we can't be caught by Inter Milan, but we can't catch either of the teams in front of us. It is a shootout on the final day of the season for Milan and Juventus. Let's have a quick look at that, actually. So Milan have got Lazio and Juventus have got Genoa. So Lazio are fifth, Genoa are down at the bottom. So you would say Juventus have probably got the driving seat on that one, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Anyway, enough about that nonsense. Final game of the season. We've got a bunch of our young players on the bench. We've got this lad here, Marco Graziotin. 15 years old. We've got him on the bench. He's got a little bit of potential. We've also brought in this guy, Andrea Romano, a striker. Dan's a poacher. He's not the best in the world, but again, 4-star potential. We want to see if we can develop that a little bit. Baldwin Sadiku, ball-winning midfielder in the middle. Again, he's got a bit of potential. We haven't got a lot of high potential youngsters. In fact, the one that we've got who's got really good potential is currently injured at the moment. And then we've included this guy as well, Tori Toivonen, someone we signed in January as a young option, 4-star potential, 1.5 stars current ability. He could be decent if he actually grows. And then we've got a couple of old favourites, Marsetic, who probably will get binned off this season, to be honest with you, but Patricio Angeles, 2-star current ability. He has a realistic chance of getting to that 3.5-star potential, I think. So we're going to give him some game time if we can. But that is the starting 11 for the final league game of the season. It's Rogoski in goal, Sambia, Greenwell, Theat and Valeri in defence. Fagioli and Enriquez in the midfield with Mihaila, Karabak and Sarui with Luca up front. My words now, I don't really know why. We are giving starts to Fagioli, Enriquez and Sarui because it is likely going to be the final games at the club for those players. Esposito will come on at some point as well. He is our top scorer this season, but I want to give Luca a bit more game time, especially with Karabek on the pitch as well. But Esposito will get a farewell as well. They're probably not the only players who are leaving. Colombia's a 2-star goalkeeper. We'll probably try and replace him in the summer, and we'll have obviously a proper look in the next episode. First episode of Season 4, we'll have a look at what we actually need. But that is the squad for the final game of the season. Let's finish things out in style, shall we? Let's go. Very much a game where the result doesn't really matter. We're not going to finish any lower than we currently are. We're in third. We're not going to change positions. But it'll be nice to get a few youngsters on the pitch and just have a decent game of football. That's the plan for me. Oh, God, I nearly had a burp then. Cagliari in mid-table. They could get into a European spot, so they do have things to play for, but they're coming up against us in some cracking form, so they don't necessarily... I was going to say they don't necessarily stand a chance. They do stand a chance, very much so, but it's not exactly an easy thing. It's going to be an uphill battle for them. But at the moment, it looks like it's going to be a pretty drab affair. No highlights at all, and it is half-time 0-0. We've had the better of the football, but really not done a lot with it. Really not done it with it. So, we're going to say that one, just try and motivate the players. We're going to drop a bit more motivation down. Again, if we lose this game, it is not the end of the world. If we don't win this game, it's not the end of the world as well. We'll say we're not happy with those players. And then these guys on the 6.7 will just say, if you can do a bit better, that'd be lovely. Let's carry on. And we start with a highlight. What's this nonsense? Maybe we've just possibly put a boot up them, and maybe they're just like, oh, okay, yeah, boss wants us to play, let's start playing. Karabek now drifts out wide, looking for options. Goes for a bit of a weird cross, gets it to Sarui, whips it in, looking for Luca, can't quite get the header in, but it comes to Mihaila. Fagioli now, looking for options to Sambia. Sambia, Fagioli, Mihaila. Nice little passing there, back to Sambia. Oh, that was a lovely little turn, and we've managed to retain possession there as well. Oh, we're showing off a little bit. Oh, I like that. That's very nice. Roman Enriquez gets to Valeri now, into Sarui. Sarui goes for the shot, just over, went for another spectacular goal. There was some lovely little play around that right wing there, a couple of little back heels, things like that. Oh, I liked that. Oh, I liked that a lot. If we can do more of that, that'd be fantastic. Right, big clearance up to the Cagliari defence. Gigi, I don't know how to say it. Cragno now, into Carboni. I can say Carboni, that's an easy one. Hanani Jr., former player of ours, remember, never played under us. He was on loan in the first season and already had a deal to leave the club. I'm assuming it was to Cagliari. Right, Cragno looks to clear it up to their striker. Greenwald deals with it, but he heads it out wide to their player. It's a bit of a concern, and I don't really like this prolonged spell of attacking ump from them, but we do manage to get the ball back, and Dragowski does give it back to Greenwald, and maybe we can build from this now. Zambia gets out to Mihaila, flicks it onto Luca, Luca to Karabek. Nice work from the two there. I do want them to form a bit of a partnership next season. Mihaila into Luca. Can Lorenzo Luca get a goal? Yes, he can. Lorenzo Luca with his 14th of the season. It's been a bit of a disrupted season. He's had a couple of niggles, taken a while to settle into the team, but I think he is settling in now, and that goal was very much proof of that. Lovely move. Karabek involved as well. Mihaila with the assist. It's a thing of beauty, really. It's a lovely little weighted pass, and Luca's finish hits the post on the way in. It's as far into the corner as you can get, so I really, really like it when the players get it to the post. It just means the goalkeeper cannot get there, and we do finally lead in this game, and that is a wonderful thing to see. I'm starting to think about those substitutions again. I kind of want all three to be youngsters. I want to get some of those young players on, get them some experience in this game. I would like a second goal before we do that. It wasn't the best of passes from out there, and it does give Cagliari the ball there. Again, the result here doesn't matter. We've done everything we need to do this season. There's nothing to play for us. It's all about getting these players one final game just to say, this is how we've done this season, and maybe get some experience with some of the youngsters on. So I'm thinking, probably at the end of this highlight, we'll probably bring some of those boys on, and we managed to win the ball back there really well. Right, Enriquez gets the ball over to Mihaila. Mihaila now looking to drive forward, actually stops, gets to Sambia, back into Luca, and Luca scores again. And that is probably the cue to make their substitutions, I would say. We'll just watch the highlight of the goal because, I'm not going to lie, I quite enjoyed it. It was a lovely little goal. And Sambia, on that right-hand side, getting the assist. The right-hand side is very dangerous for us, and sometimes it doesn't matter who the players are. Mihaila is interchangeable. Sambia is pretty much a fixture there. That was a lovely finish. Oh, I liked that. Oh, I enjoyed that quite a bit. Right. Substitutions. What do we want to do? I want to bring some youngsters on. I think Toivonen has to come on because, well, we've spent money on him, so he probably should be getting some game time. Thinking Romano as well. I'm thinking we bring him on for Karabek, give Karabek a bit of a break, and we'll keep him there as a shadow striker. And then the final change, I'm thinking Angeles, possibly. I think him for Mihaila. But then, I mean, to be fair, I do want to bring Esposito on as well. I can't really bring him on for Luca, that's the problem. Oh, I've got myself a bit of a problem here. I don't know what to do. It's a really nice problem to have, as the cliche goes, but I don't really know what to do. I kind of do want to bring Esposito on, but he can't really play on the wing or anything like that. To be fair, he kind of can, actually. So Esposito can come on, play as an inside forward, and I think we'll go with that. That'll be the three changes. I do want to bring one of the other youngsters on, but I think, in fact, you know what? I'm getting a bit of buyer's remorse. Romano, he's not going to be the one to come on. We're going to bring Angeles on instead. He can have a bit of football there as well. I think he prefers to be an inverted winger. He does, so we'll bring him there. Esposito can play as a shadow striker, and Toivonen can come on as was originally planned. We'll do that. Seems like a good plan to me. We're 2-0 ahead. Happy days. Right, corner for them. Whipping it in. Fagioli manages to clear it. We don't have anyone on the end of it, but that's absolutely fine. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Messias Jr. with the shot. What a goal that is from Junior Messias. What a goal that is. I mean, the defence probably could have closed him down a bit more, but what a finish this is. Venturi gets it to Lycogiannis, to Deola, and Messias Jr. What a hit. Or Junior Messias, depending on how you want to pronounce it. What a hit that is. 2-1. We still lead, but only by the one goal. So we will drop a bit of encouragement to the boys. just to see whether we can get a third. If we can get a third with the two youngsters we brought onto the pitch, I will be delighted. Right, Sambia now. Gets to Angeles, who is a 2-star player, remember, so he isn't far away from the first team. Trying to get it over the top to Sambia. Sambia can't quite get there. Pragno now launches it back out, looking for more, doesn't find him. And Toivonen on the ball now, gets to Fagioli, into Angeles. Angeles, lovely little turn from him, back to Sambia. It's lovely football. Sambia whips in, looking for Toivonen. Toivonen actually gets the shot away and scores his first goal for the club. Tony Toivonen, the signing in January who wasn't quite as good as we thought he would be, doesn't really matter. He's gone and scored his first goal for the club, and it was a nice move. Angeles heavily involved as well. Lovely play from him. Gets to Esposito, back out wide to Sambia, whips it in. Toivonen's header. And the keeper makes a bit of a hash of it. It goes underneath him, but that's not what I care about. What I care about is one of our new youngsters getting in on the goals. That is fantastic. 18-year-old Tony Toivonen. No caps of any sort, youth or otherwise. Doesn't matter. He is a goal scorer in Serie A on the final day of the season. Excellent. And again, Angeles has been pretty solid since coming on. I'm very happy with his performance so far. He didn't get the assist, but he was heavily involved in that move with his movement. Masaj Jr. now getting involved again. Shot to Dragowski. Dragowski makes the save. Just about. Wasn't the most convincing of saves, but it's fine. It does go out, and we will get a corner for Cagliari here in a highlight. Whipped in, Sambia does clear it, and Esposito now gets on the end of it. And will he end his run here with a goal or an assist? That would be lovely. And Lorenzo Luca, I don't know what he was doing there, but he has wasted an opportunity there. If he could have held the ball up for Esposito, it would have been perfect. The new striker passing it to the old striker, that would have been fantastic. Wasn't to be, though. The highlight ends, and maybe Esposito's chance of a goal is not going to come. He's scored plenty this season. He doesn't need a final goal, but he still might get one, though. Enriquez whips in, looking for Toivonen. I tell you what, Cragno nearly went over his line there. Very much nearly went over his line. I thought we might get a fourth there. There's still a chance, to be fair. Fagioli heads it, but it's intercepted by Venuti? Venuti, yeah. And Caramo. Another one of our former players, interestingly. They've got a couple of them, haven't they? And they have got another one back. Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore gets another one back for Cagliari. I would suggest it's too little too late. And let's be honest again, we are not playing for anything. They are. We've probably switched off at this point. I'm not unhappy with the fact that we've conceded a couple of goals there. We've still won the game. A couple of our youngsters have got some decent performances in. I can't be unhappy with that. But that's the final game of the season. And what a season it has been. We'll do a season review at the beginning of the next episode, which will be the transfer special for season 4. But we'll just do a very, very quick glance at the stats on the main screen for the league. And just have a quick nose. I mean, that stuff we'll have a quick look at in a moment. If we have a quick look here. So as it stands at the end of the season, we do finish third. We knew we were finishing third before that game even started. 83 points. 24 wins from 38 is ridiculous for a team that only got promoted the season before last. Absolutely ridiculous, but we have done very, very well this year. We've got the best goal difference in the league, actually, 57. The next one is AC Milan, who are the champions. So, done very, very well. Immobile is the top goal scorer. Best player of the league, apparently, is Valenti, followed by Sambia. That's interesting. I'd expect Sambia, not Valenti. Monchu with the most assists with 11. And Dragowski is third on the list in terms of clean sheets. I mean, AC Milan had a ridiculous amount of clean sheets. And yeah, I think if we look, did we do a double over AC Milan? I'm not too sure we did. No, we lost in the first game, but we drew in the second game. So no, we didn't actually. But we did put goals past them in that first game. So we were not. They were not immune to our attacking ability. But I mean, what a season that is! Absolutely fantastic, and that will lead us to the end of this season. And we're going to be looking at what we're going to be doing to this squad. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, there's definitely some improvements we need to make. Okay, so after taking out all of the loan players and the one retirement we've got coming up, these are the positions we're going to need to fill in the squad next season. Both of the midfield positions, deep line playmaker and a ball-winning midfielder. Probably rotation options, because I think Monchu and Cataldi have done a good enough job this year, but we'll see what's available. We'll need those. And then we do need another winger. It doesn't necessarily need to be a left winger, but a winger in general, and another striker to support Lorenzo Luca. Of course, those players who are going to be leaving us are Fagioli, who looks fantastic. Getting back, I'd definitely be up for it. Esposito, I don't know whether I'd want him back because I kind of want Luca to kick on. And if Esposito's around, I will lean towards picking Esposito. because he has been fantastic for us. Sarui has been a good option to have. He's not been spectacular, but he's definitely done the job for us. And Ramon Enriquez has been great as well. And him for a second year. If we could sign him on a permanent, I actually would consider it. He's just a good rotation player to have. He can fill in so many options for us. And of course, the captain, Pasquale Sciattarella. I mean, we'll have a quick look at this guy before anything else, because this man, he is retiring this season. He will be becoming our under-18s manager. He has already signed that contract. I do need to make sure there's a vacancy for him. But he's not done a lot this season, not scored any goals, only played 19 times. But he's started 10 games, most of them towards the end of the season, in fact. And he's done a really solid job for us, actually. He was on the pitch when we lifted the Coppa Italia as well. So he has won a big boy trophy for us too. The man is, as far as I'm concerned, a Parma legend. I don't know what has he actually won any other trophies, or is that he's the big one with us? Let's have a look. Competitions. So he's been promoted from Serie B before. He's been promoted as champions from Serie B 3 times. He's never actually won a big trophy until this season. So he won his big trophy in his final season. Isn't that pretty cool? But we are going to wrap things up there. It's been a fantastic season. In the next episode, first episode of season 4, as I mentioned before, we are going to be doing the season review and then getting on with some lovely transfers. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel as well for more future lovely Football Manager content. I will see you guys in season 4. I've been Stubo. You guys have been awesome. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers.